Namaskar. Today we wish to hear about consciousness, quantum mechanics, and Vedanta philosophy. Today we wish to hear about consciousness, quantum mechanics, and Vedanta philosophy, part 1. Consciousness, quantum mechanics, Vedanta philosophy, part 1. Consciousness cannot be explained in words. It can only be understood through proper realization. Biologists can explain it as neurological manifestation of molecular interactions of different neurotransmitters and neurons. Physicists can interpret this fact with the help of quantum physics or quantum mechanics. Philosophers can describe it according to their philosophy. Whatever may be the descriptions, it is the high state of body and mind, it is the high state of physical and spiritual universe, it is the high state of knowledge and experience, it is the high state of understanding and realization. Advaita Vedanta, a school of Hindu philosophy, challenges everything you thought you knew about the nature of reality. It boldly proclaims that there is only one ultimate reality and that all other things are illusory or maya. Self or Atman or the soul is identical with the ultimate reality or Brahman, the absolute. This means that every single individual is not a separate entity but rather an inseparable part of the entire universe. As the ages passed, numerous theories of quantum physics emerged, each one unveiling intriguing similarities that resonated deeply with the ancient wisdom of Advaita Vedanta. It was not that far ago the Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to a brilliant scientist for his groundbreaking discovery, the uncertainty principle. The uncertainty principle stated that it was impossible to simultaneously determine both the position and momentum of a particle with absolute certainty. In other words, there was always going to be some level of uncertainty in our measurements, no matter how precise our instruments might be. This is the story of the uncertainty principle and its profound connection to the ancient philosophy of Advaita Vedanta. Long ago, in the city of Würzburg, Germany, a young boy was born with a curious mind and an insatiable hunger for knowledge. What we observe is not nature itself, nature exposed to our method of questioning, Werner Heisenberg. With a passion for wisdom and a fascination for Indian culture, Heisenberg sought to unlock the secrets of the universe and learn from the greatest minds of his time. His journey led him to the sacred land of Shantiniketan, house of Rabindranath Tagore, West Bengal, India. Together with other leading scientists like Niels Bohr, Louis de Broglie, and Edwin Schrödinger, they formed a formidable alliance driven by their thirst for knowledge. The discovery of Heisenberg's group shook the world of physics to its core. Atoms are not the tiny solid particles they are believed to be for centuries. They are, in fact, energy waves, challenging everything we knew about the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Heisenberg met with Tagore again, which turned out to be more than just a discussion about physics. The sloka from Adiguru Shankaracharya's book that Tagore quoted challenged Heisenberg's preconceived notions of the material world and left him pondering over the true nature of reality. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Matter and its numerous forms is just a myth. Even energy, which is believed to be the basis of all matter, is nothing but a manifestation of the ultimate reality, which is Brahman. This quote highlights the Vedantic idea that everything in the material world, including matter and energy, is illusory and ultimately derived from the ultimate reality, Brahman. Our perception of the material world as real is a result of Maya, the illusory power of Brahman which makes the unreal appearance as real. This concept is similar to the uncertainty principle in that it challenges our conventional knowledge of the material world and emphasizes the limitations of our perception and understanding of reality. What we observe is not nature itself. Nature exposed to our method of questioning Heisenberg. The Heisenberg uncertainty principle suggests that the act of observation itself affects the observed system. In his book Physics and Philosophy, Heisenberg revealed his stunning insight. The atoms or elementary particles themselves are not real. They form a world of potentialities or possibilities rather than one of things or facts. He also believed Vedanta concept that the observer and the observed were inseparable, that the act of observation could fundamentally affect the outcome of experiments. He wrote, the observer is not simply a spectator at the play of atoms and molecules, he is also a participant. Please visit our website https://scrckc.in. Please press like and share button. Please subscribe our channel SCRCKC.in. The Upanishads describe the relationship between the Brahman and the Atman. Brahman is the universal self or the ultimate singular reality. The Atman is the individual's inner self. The soul, a central tenet of the Upanishads, is Tattvamasi, which means the Brahman and the Atman are identical. There is only one universal self, and we are all one with it. The Isha Upanishad states the Brahman forms everything. Now, not one. Quantum physics eliminates the gap between the observer and the observed. The Upanishads say that the observer and the observed are the same things. In truth, there is only one mind. This is the doctrine of the Upanishads. According to the Upanishads, Brahman alone exists. Everything we see around us is Maya, a distortion of the Brahman caused due to our ignorance and imperfect senses. The Chandogya Upanishad says all this is Brahman. Everything comes from Brahman, everything goes back to Brahman, and everything is sustained by the Brahman. Everything comes from Brahman, everything goes back to Brahman, and everything is sustained by the Brahman. On this, Schrödinger wrote, there is only one thing, and that what seems to be a plurality is merely a series of different aspects of this thing produced by a deception of the Indian Maya. The same to me, all these things are Maya. The Upanishads describe how reality rises out of consciousness, but consciousness cannot be found inside our bodies as a substance or an organ. In that case, how can a non-material consciousness interact with and control our material bodies? Exactly, what does mind interact with matter? This question is known as the mind-body problem and has vexed philosophers for a long time. Schrödinger took on a peculiar line of thought. If the world is indeed created by our act of observation, there should be, as the collapse of the wave function, the emergence of Maya. The total number of minds in the universe is one. In fact, consciousness is a singularity phasing within all beings, Erwin Schrödinger. Particles do not exist. According to quantum field theory, particles are just excited states or simply manifestations of a field. Every particle has its own field that covers all that universe, which means that according to quantum field theory, all of the electrons of the universe belong to the same field and could be regarded as one. Vedantic ontology. What is experience? Experience is consciousness or Chaitanya, answers the Vedantist. The two are identical. I experience means I am conscious. Consciousness is, in the language of Kant, the lawgiver of nature. Consciousness is reality to a Vedantist. Shankara says the existence of Brahman or absolute reality is known on the ground of its being the self of everyone. For everyone is conscious of the existence of his self and never thinks I am not. If the existence of the self was not known, everyone would think I am not. Consciousness has four dimensions. Number one, waking consciousness, Jagrat; two, dream consciousness, Swapna; dreamless consciousness, Sushupti; and the fourth consciousness is Turiya. Waking consciousness or Jagrat. Ordinarily, when we think of conscious experience, we look around us at sensible objects, including our own bodies. It is with these immediately perceived objects that we equate our conscious experience. It is the sensible corporal world. Dream consciousness or Sapna, in the language of Plato, and thought is best when the mind is gathered into herself, and none of these things trouble her, neither sounds, nor sights, nor pain, nor any pleasure, when she has as little as possible to do with the body, and has no bodily sense or feeling, but is aspiring after being. So dream consciousness, you are untouched by your dream. You witness your dream, you do nothing else in dream consciousness. The third dimension, dreamlessness. Next, we try to fathom the third stratum of consciousness, which lies one layer deeper than thought. We have reached the realm of ideas, of concepts, but a single isolated concept is almost nothing. It is no thought at all. In Sushupti or dreamless sleep, then the self is neither non-existent nor unconscious. The soul is consciousness. In dreamless sleep or sushupti, then the self is neither non-existent nor unconscious. The soul is consciousness. It exists independently of the relativity of empiric consciousness. In dreamless sleep, I am in myself. The Sanskrit word sushupti, which is used for dreamless sleep, means to be well in one's self. Dreamless sleep therefore suggests that one can be conscious of one's self without any percept or concept. This points towards a deeper stratum of consciousness which can know itself without the use of thought. The real self, where the knower and known are same self. The fourth dimension is Turiya, the self which we have reached. The I in me, the I in you is what accounts for the consciousness of self that you and I possess. The true consciousness appears as everything in the universe. So what is consciousness of Brahman? Mundak Upanishad says, Yatten Desham Agrajyam Agutram Avarnam Achukshushruttam Tatspanipadam Nityam Vibhung Sarvagatam Susuksam Tadabhyang Yadbhuta Joning Puripashanti Dhiraha. I repeat, Yattadresham Agrajyam Agutram Avarnam Achukshushruttam Tadapanipadam Nityam Vibhung Sarvagatam Susuksam Tadabhyang Yadbhuta Joning Puripashanti Dhiraha. I will describe about this sloka in detail in my next video or next presentation, that is consciousness, quantum mechanics and Vedanta philosophy part 2. Please visit our website https://scrckc.in. Please press like and share button. Please subscribe our channel scrckc.in. Thank you.